This report brought to you by the Richmond Club, where investors and high-growth companies meet.
My guest today is Jean-Marc Lacoste, who is the president and CEO of Monarques Gold. Jean-Marc, welcome to the program.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Tell us a little bit about Monarques Gold. And by the way, congratulations on being one of the very few juniors who's actually pouring gold and generating cash flow from your mill by outsourcing to your neighbors as well as milling your own ore.
Well, thank you very much. I mean, it's been a long road to get there, but we're more than happy to be in the producer column. And, you know, we have a lot to offer in the coming years, and hopefully the shareholders or the investors will see that after our interview, how much we have to offer.
So you've got 3 million ounces of measured and indicated?
Yeah. You can see on the slide here, we have about 300 square kilometers of properties, which is big on the Cadillac Fault in Quebec, which produced by 125 million ounces over the last century, by the way. We own 3 million ounces of gold resources, measured and indicated category, underground in all our properties. We have 18 million in the bank. We have a market cap of roughly 70 million. We're trading at $12 per ounces underground, which is a ridiculous price to trade at. The 18 million that we have cash on in right now is backed up by some major shareholder like Alamos Gold, Rob McEwen, the founder of Gold Corp, Greg Beckett, the chairman of Richmond Mines, Agnico Eagle, and several Quebec funds. In all the ounces that we have underground, the main pocket of gold is located at the Wasamac, which has more than 2.6 million current resource estimate on all our properties.
Okay. What are we looking at up here in this top right here? This is the mine, the Beaufor Mine that you're pouring gold from now.
Yeah, that's the surface operation of the Beaufor Mine. As you can see, it's located by the road, lots of infrastructure. The middle picture is the Camflo mill, which is where we process most of our ore of the Beaufor Mine. I would say 25% of the mill capacity is our Beaufor Mine. 75% are outside clients like Osisko Gold with Veza, Eldorado Gold. Those are all our customers. So the mill is functionally at full capacity right now, functioning. And the Beacon mill is about to be put on track for the end of the year this year.
So what sort of revenue are you seeing from the mill?
Well, the first 6 months of 2018 so far at Camflo, we ran a profit about a couple $100,000 a month.
Nice.
That's from the operation with the clients. We expect to have similar revenues for the rest of the year at the Camflo, since it's pretty much full right now.
Very nice. And I guess as you continue to expand that, you're going to take up the full capacity of that mill over the next 2 years?
We will. It's actually, Camflo is pretty much up there. That's why we're starting our secondary mill, the Beacon mill. We have some demands, and we're actually lining up all the procedures to get the mill started. So it should be ready by the end of this year. But it's still, as I see you just pulled out the slide here, the comparison with our peers, we're still trading at a low price compared to our peers, because a lot has to be said about Monarques. And, I'm happy that you're giving us the opportunity to tell the story of Monarques today. Like $18 per ounces underground is a very cheap place to be. And I think as we come up with a feasibility on the Wasamac project by the end of December, we should catch up to the rest of our peers in value, which would mean double or triple where we are, should we reach to the valuation that our peers got.
Well, you should be around the $60. I mean, if you want to be average, wouldn't you be $60 per ounce in the ground?
Yeah, pretty much it. So it would be that level that we're to get to. Of course, the price of gold have an impact on it. And the Wasamac, I mean, people are waiting to see the feasibility. Once the feasibility comes out, this is not a PEA, this is not a pre-feasibility, it's a feasibility, which is the highest ranking study that you can do on a project. And once we do that, we'll basically convert the 2.6 million ounces into reserves of a certain amount to be determined at the end of the year. But when we do, we will get recognition for that. And I have no doubt that the current market condition or when it comes out, that we're gonna gain a lot of value on it.
So you have a couple of tasks. One is to get yourself from being undervalued up to $60 to fair market value, and the other is to continue to create wealth by ramping up production and converting the gold into a higher category. And I guess you've got a lot of exciting drill targets as well on that 300 square kilometers for the future.
Throughout the quarters, we have results coming out every quarter on drilling at Beaufor, at Croinor. Soon we'll have some drilling at McKenzie, maybe the Swanson as well. So there's a lot of properties that will be issuing different results in the coming quarters. So it's an exciting time to have so much land on such a rich, geographical area for gold in Canada. I mean, the Cadillac Fault produced 125 million ounces over the last century. So we are in the middle of it. And you know what they say in real estate, location, location, location. We have it all. We have the mills in the middle of all this. And we're excited.
Yeah, and you're in a politically stable place where you've got a lot of government support for your operation.
Yep, exactly.
So this picture we're looking at in the top right is your first pour?
Yeah, exactly. As you can see in the background of myself too, I have that frame on my wall. This is the first pour that we did after the acquisition of the mill from Richmond. And we're proud to show it. This is the way the first pour was there. We actually filmed it and took pictures. And you can see at the bottom the interior of the Camflo mill, which is a terrific mill with 98.5% recovery, which is very high in the industry standard. And so we're really happy to have these infrastructure working for us. You got the Beacon mill right now. Again, the second mill that we will be starting by the end of this year, fully refurbished in 2012. We're excited to start that mill as well.
What sort of revenue could you expect from this kind of mill? This is a smaller mill, is it?
It's a smaller mill. We're actually thinking of restarting it for our own usage because we have a lot of ore in the McKenzie Break and Croinor and Swanson projects. So that mill could be working for many years to come. It's a matter of putting all these projects, to start these projects. You can see the capital structure with our biggest shareholder as Monarques Gold and some of the Quebec funds, Agnico Eagle, Rob McEwen, the founder of Gold Corp. All these big names are a proof that people have done their homework and they want to be in Monarques Gold. And we have full intention of giving all these people and any shareholders out there, a return on their money.
Well, that is quite an endorsement. I mean, it's nice to get one or two of those people, but to get half a dozen. I know these guys see deals every day, and 95% of the deals they see they dismiss. So for them to they're the smart money, so they like what they see. So congratulations for putting that together. But I guess the thing is, you're a little bit of a different mining CEO compared to most that I see, in that you're not just focused on the geology, but also on wealth creation. Tell us a little bit about your background.
Well, my background is in finance. I was always fascinated by the markets and the companies that were listed at the different exchanges. I've been looking at the market since I was very young. And when I reached, the time where I became a director of some mining company in 2004, ever since I worked really hard at making shareholder value the first thing on my agenda. I mean, when you put money in a company like ours, you expect to get a return. And that's what I want to do. I have more than 4 million shares of money. I have you see, in the business.
You were breaking up a little bit there. How many shares do you have?
I have 4 million shares in Monarques Gold, which means I have, some skin in the game, which you should have to run a company like ours. And my goal is to make money for the shareholders. It should be the same idea for every CEO who's out there. So I bring that to the table, but I'm surrounded by the greatest geologists, mining engineer, and together we're working to bring value.
Jean-Marc, thanks for joining us today. My guest has been Jean-Marc Lacoste, who is the president and CEO of Monarques Gold. Thanks for watching the Richmond Report.
This report brought to you by the Richmond Club, where investors and high-growth companies meet.